Hey, all right, welcome to our Biology 104 class. I'm doing this video just in case you have never used Blackboard before, maybe you've never taken an online class before, or maybe this is your first online biology course. I wanted to show you how this course is laid out so you can find everything and you'll be good to go once we start the class material. So we're going to run through the tabs on the left. First off though, this is our home page. By the time you are watching this video, I'm going to have several announcements that are right here, and you'll see these in your homepage. Every week, I'm going to have an announcement that tells you any assignments that you need to do, any due dates that are coming up. And right below that, where it says My Task, you're going to have a list of any assignments that are due within the next week or so. So just check Blackboard regularly, and you will always be aware of what's coming up in the class. All right, the tabs to the left. First off is an attendance verification. All this is a way that you can do an assignment really quickly and I can mark you as having attended the class. That's required for financial aid and also so you don't get dropped from the class. So do that one as soon as possible. On the Start Here tab, I know you found this because here's the video that you're watching right now. I'm going to update that link as soon as I'm done recording this. So you've watched this video or you are watching this video. It's got some information about the class. Everyone got an email from me a couple days before the first day of class, and I had a getting started letter. You've got a copy of that right there. Just a reminder, you'll probably get sick of me saying this for the next week or so, but you have to buy a lab kit. That's required for the lab portion of this class. So if you have not bought your lab kit yet, go to the bookstore. You can use this link right here for the campus bookstore and order that kit. If they don't have it in stock, then they're going to have to order it for you and it'll get shipped to your house. But that can take a week or two, so you got to do that as soon as possible. And then a little bit more information. Okay, let's go to Course Core. This is the main thing we're going to be using in this class. So homepage, if you click here, it's always going to take you back to this first page that we opened up to. Instructor info, this is where you can find my office hours, my contact information, a little bit of information about me. So if you've ever got a question and you can't remember what my office number was or anything, you can call that. Okay, syllabus. I've got a copy of the syllabus that you can download. I would recommend that you download and print that, and if you've got a folder for this class, keep that with you because most any question you're going to have, you're going to be able to find that somewhere in the syllabus. Okay, I'm not going to read through that, but you need to, so read through it. Let me know if you have any questions. And then when you're done, there is a syllabus quiz. This is a really easy quiz. It's things like, where is my office? What's the date of our first exam? Like really basic stuff, but it's stuff that you're going to use the syllabus to find. Okay. There's also a list of every assignment that we have in this class with the due dates, the points possible, and you've got a Word document that you can download if you want to. So that's another good thing to keep with you. That way you're never going to be confused of, oh, I didn't know something was due, because on day one you've got every single assignment and every single due date. All right. Skip to learning materials because this is the big one. This is where all of the lectures, all the study guides, this is where you're going to find all this material. So I've got the class broken down into 5 different units, and those are the 5 tests that we're going to have in here. So everything that you need for the first exam is going to be in this Unit 1 folder. If you click here, I've got it into different sections. So the first section we're going to do is on sponges and cnidarians, and then like intro to animals, just some kind of basic animal stuff. So once you click on that folder, and all the folders are identical to this, the way it's going to be laid out is you've got a PowerPoint first, and then you have usually 3 or 4 parts of the lecture. Instead of having like one big 2-hour lecture video, I broke it down into smaller sections. So what you need to do is open the PowerPoint. If you've got access to a printer, I would really recommend printing off the PowerPoint and having that as a handout. But this is the PowerPoint that's going to be in the lecture videos that we're going to watch in a second. But if you'll print that off as a handout, what you can do is have that with you while you're watching these lecture videos. And then you can use it to take notes. Just act like a regular, like if you were in person in a class, you could have your PowerPoint with you, and then you could write down any other notes. So you'll just click these.
We're online. This is our first lecture.
Go full screen.
Before we get into the actual lecture, I want to give you just a little bit of advice that I've noticed in the past that should hopefully help you do well in this class. Okay. Biology online is definitely...
There we go. Watch that. Take notes. There's going to be times in the lecture videos where I pull up a Word document and I type out some additional notes. Just trying to see. Yeah, okay, so something like that. I might pull up like a Microsoft Paint or Office and write out extra notes. So that's where you can write notes in your PowerPoint handout that you printed. Okay? So any week if I say you need to watch the Sponges and Cnidarians lecture, that's where you're going to find that. Click on Unit 1 if we're going on material for the first test. Click on the right section, and then you'll watch each of the parts of the lecture video. One more thing you can find right here that's really helpful is at the bottom of each unit folder, you've got your study guide, so you can use that to prepare for the test as well. All right, when we do have exams, you're going to find those in the Exams tab right here. Nothing's going to be available to you right now, but sometime in the next week, I'm going to have the practice exam posted. And this is going to be a chance, number one, to make sure that you can use Respondus Lockdown Browser, that you don't have any technical issues, because we're going to use that for testing here. And then number two is to make sure that you can follow the instructions. So equally as important, when you do an exam, you're going to have to record your desk or table surface. You're going to have to make sure the webcam is centered on you. You can't have any other materials with you, like your phone or notes or anything like that. So this practice exam is just a chance for us to practice and make sure that you can take the test the right way, because you can, like if you have your phone with you during a test, you can get a 0 for that. So the practice exam is a chance to practice that, make sure that we don't have any misunderstanding as far as like what's expected during a test. Excuse me. All right, we'll have discussion board assignments every week that we have a test, and you can find those there. I'll have really good instructions that'll let you know everything you need for that. Okay, last few things real quick. Every week that you watch a lecture video, I'm going to have a review quiz posted, so you can find those in the quizzes tab. So for example, the first week when we watch Sponges and Cnidarians, you're going to have a review quiz that goes along with that material. Quick note is that you can use your notes on the review quizzes. That's perfectly okay. The quiz is just to prepare you for the test, so I don't mind if you use your notes. Just remember that you cannot use any outside material on the real test, and you'll be reminded of that several times before you start the test. All right, there's also another assignment you can go ahead and get out of the way is the About Me survey. And this is just a chance to introduce yourself, let me know a little bit about you. And it's 5 easy points. So it's questions like, is this your first online class? What's your major? There's also going to be a question that kind of gets you to think about what challenges do you think you might have in this online class, and what are you going to do to overcome those challenges. It's really quick, really easy, but I do want you to do it. It lets me learn about you and also get you thinking about what you're going to need to do well in this class. All right, labs. There is a lab video that you can watch that has more information. I'm not going to go over all of that right now, but you can sign up for your lab website. It's called SI Cloud by clicking on this link right here. There's more information you can find here. And then there'll be a couple labs we do that are not going to involve your lab kit. You can find those in these folders. And then at the very bottom, I've got a experiment list. I just want to point this out real quick because it's really helpful. There are some times in our labs that you're going to have to provide some material. So let's look at, for example, the first lab we do. Excuse me. First lab we do, you're going to need like a piece of paper and pen or pencil, just really basic stuff. But it's going to let you know ahead of time everything that you need. Some labs might be a little more involved. So the first dissection lab that we do, you're going to need a camera to take pictures, dish soap to clean up, tap water, distilled water, paper towels, bleach to clean up. some type of a cookie tray or something to use as a dissection platform. If you'll look at this ahead of time, you should not be caught off guard by, if you're doing the lab in the middle of the night right before the due date and you realize you don't have something that you needed, that could be trouble. So just use that document to help you out with that. All right, that's about it. One last thing I'll show you and then we'll end. I've got a diversity project is down here, and this is another one of those first assignments you can go ahead and do this week. It's got a paragraph that explains, and this is true, one of the really cool things about science is you've got people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different cultures that are all trying to solve the same problem, and you might bring your own perspective to that problem-solving process. So what we're going to do is look at a couple different medical scientists, read a quick biography about their lives, and then there is a diversity quiz. This is a 10-question quiz that used to be required for all science classes. It's not required anymore, but I'm going to still include it and make it a bonus assignment. So each question is going to be worth a half a point apiece. That means if you get them all right, you can earn 5 bonus points, which can help at the end of the semester. I've had students where those 5 points made a difference letter grade wise, so definitely do that. All right, last few things you can kind of figure out on your own. Messages, this is the best way to get in touch with me. Click Create Message, click 2, and I'll be listed as the instructor. So click the arrow, and then you can send me a message down here. And I'll check that pretty regularly. All right, finally, last thing is the My Grades section. Click here. I try to get grades posted really quickly, but any grades or assignments, as soon as I have those graded, I'll post those. Excuse me. And you'll also have a section for, like you can see your average and you can see how you're doing in the class. All right, so that's it. If you have any questions with anything, let me know, and I'll be glad to help.